Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. Now today we are going to learn about the pickling and unpickling. These are the two topics that we are gonna discuss today, right? So we'll be seeing first of all that what are definitions, what are these two topics actually used for, and after that we'll be seeing out basically that like how to do these things with the help of a program. Right? This is how we are gonna proceed today. Okay. Let me begin up first of all with the pickling. That what's the definition for pickling and how we just do that, right? So in Python, pickling is a process by which Python objects are converted to byte streams. Pickling is about serializing the object structure in Python. Now, whenever we just talk about that, Python objects are converted to the byte streams. Okay, byte streams, whenever the Python object which you have made out that are converted into byte stream. That process is actually called as the process which is pickling. Right? Pickling is a process in which the Python objects are converted to the byte streams. Okay, I hope that first of all this much thing is very much clear to you that what we meant from pickling, right? Now, what about is pickling totally false? It is totally about serializing the object structure in Python. Okay, now we have serializing the object structure. We need to serialize the object structure, right? So pickling is all about doing that particular thing only. Now when we move towards the unpickling, so unpickling is the process of retrieving original Python objects from the stored string representation that is from the pickle file. So whenever we just do pickling, so in that we make out a pickle file actually. Okay. Now from that file what we do, so from that file we want to retrieve some original Python object from the stored string representation which you have into that pickle file actually. Now this procedure is only called as unpickling, right? So it is a procedure of converting byte stream into the Python object. In simple words, you can just call that unpickling is the process of converting a byte stream into the Python object, right? And in real, the pickling is converting the Python object into byte stream, and unpickling is the process of converting byte stream into the Python object. So whenever you just want to convert the Python object to byte stream, so in that case you use the function, you use the procedure, you use the process that is pickling. And whenever you just want to convert the byte stream into the Python object, like the reverse of the pickling, so in that case we just use out this function, this method, this procedure which is called as unpickling. First of all, I hope that you are very much clear with the two terms which I have introduced you to today. That is, first one is the pickling and the another one is unpickling, right? So first of all, what we'll be doing is that we'll be doing the pickling. So that is, we will be converting the Python object into the byte streams. Okay, so let's begin up here. Okay, so whenever you just want to use some pickling, whenever you just want to use the pickling or unpickling into the Python programming, first of all you want to import out a module. Okay, and that module is called as pickle module, P-I-C-K-L-E, right? So first of all we'll be importing out that module, and after that we'll be moving ahead with the uh, program. Okay, so I would just write here import, and here I would be just writing here as pickle. So this is how we import out the pickle module which we have in Python programming, and under the pickle module we have the functions which is pickling and unpickling, right? So here now after this I would be importing the IO module as well, because I'll be using that into my program. So I'm just importing that thing as well, right? I just imported. Okay, let's not import the IO module for now. Let's see that if you just want it in the middle, then we'll be using it. Otherwise, let it be. Okay. Pickle is the module that I have imported out here. Now what next thing that I'll be doing, I'll be making out a function. Okay. So I would just write here function name is, okay, that is data underscore pickle. Okay, this is my function. I put out a bracket, and now I'm just coming on to a new line. Now here basically what I would be just doing is that I'll be making out a data here. Okay, I would be simply making out a data here. So what I could just do here is that okay, so I would be just writing here that items. Let's say this is my variable which I have made out here, that is actually items, let's say. Okay, now what I would just do, I would put an equal to sign, and inside this I could just define out a dictionary. Now what will that dictionary will contain? So you can just write out anything into that dictionary according to your choice. Okay, now I would be just, what I would just writing is, let's say I'd be just writing here that Okay, let's say I'll be writing that on Monday. On Monday, let's say on Monday, I would be studying computer science. Okay, computer science. So this is, let's say I just wrote down that on Monday I'll be studying the computer science. After that, what about the Tuesday? So let's say I would just write here Tuesday. So on Tuesday, what I'll be studying on Tuesday, let's say I'll be studying English. Okay, and let's say I would just take one more example, and let's say I would just put here as Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. And what about the Wednesday? In on Wednesday, I would be, let's say, studying about okay, let's say I will just write here Python. Fine, let's say these are the I just made out a dictionary here. So now whatever dictionary is, so this Monday, like whatever you just write on the right hand side of the colon, that is your item, and whatever you just write on the left hand side of the colon, that is your key. So this Monday is key for me, and this computer science, either you call it as item, or you call it as value, or you call it as element. All the three are absolutely, we just call it anything. So mainly we just call it as a value. Okay, now Monday is my key, computer science is my value. Same moving forward, we have Tuesday is my key and English is my value. Then Wednesday is my key and Python is my value, right? So you had just made one dictionary, and inside that you have made multiple keys and multiple values. Okay, this is okay. Now what I would just do here is that I'll be writing file underscore name. I made a variable, and into this I'll be putting out one of the file names. Let's say my file name is information. I had not made that file previously, so there's no such need to do that thing as well. You could simply just write out the file name, and that would actually work for you. Okay, it will automatically make that file for you. Okay, it's not necessary to put out that information again and again, right? That is okay. Now after that, what I could just write is that I could just write out underscore file. This is basically my variable in which I'll be opening out my file in the WB mode. Now what is the WB mode? So this WB mode is basically, W is for write and B is for byte. So what we had just seen out, that it has like what's pickling. So pickling is basically converting your byte converting a Python object to the byte stream, right? So that is the reason that we are opening this file name, that is information, into the WB mode. That is right, and B is for byte. Okay, writing in the binary mode. That B is for binary. Okay, not byte is for binary. So writing in the binary mode. So how do I just do that thing? I could simply write here open. Okay, now after this open into the bracket, I could route out the variable where I have stored my file name. So for that, I had file underscore name. That is my variable in which I have stored my file name, which is information. So I would just write out that thing. Now I just want to set out the mode as well. That is WB. That is for write binary. So okay, this is how we just open up the file. I would just in the starting, I would just use this open, and after that I will be putting out this file underscore name, the variable in which I have opened out. The variable in which I have stored my file name. This is the name of my file in which I'll be doing the pickling, right? Now I would just want to write out something that I just want to write out these things which I have declared here in the dictionary. I just want to write out all of these things into this file, that is information. So that is why I am opening it in the WB mode. Let's say I just wanted to read it out, so I should have opened this in the RB mode. Okay, this is how this it is a little bit of file handling concept also works here in the pickling and unpickling. Right, now let me just come down here. Okay, I would be using the pickle function here. Pickle, okay, and into the bracket, put out the dot, and I would be just using here dump. Pickle dot dump. Okay, now what to dump here? Now what dump means to what to add. Okay, so that means I need to add the items. Items is the variable in which I have stored the dictionary, which I want to add onto this file name, that is information, which I have made out, right? Pickle dot dump, and into the bracket I put out the items, right? Comma. And now basically, what is the variable in which I am opening my file, the file which I have made out. I am opening my file in the WB mode, so as to write out something into that. So that variable name is out underscore file. So in that, right, I'm just opening out my file name, that is information, in the WB mode, because I want to write out something. So that same variable I'll be using out here. So inside this dump function, you'll be putting two parameters. First is the values or the strings or something, whichever you just want to add into the file, that thing you'll be writing. After that, you will be writing wherever you have just in the whichever variable you have opened your file. that particular variable you will be writing out here into the WD mode because you want to write out something onto that file. Right, this much I hope it is very much clear to you. After this, when I had just opened out my file, it's my duty to close out my file as well, because it's a good practice always in the file handling that whenever we had just opened out any of the file, so we always make sure to close that particular file as well, right? So I just wrote out underscore file dot close, and here what I will be just doing is that I'll be writing, okay, now I'll be just calling out my function. So my function is data underscore pickle, and like this, right? And after this, if I just want, I just can write a print statement that uh, I could just write that pickling is done. This is the statement. So as soon as my Python object which I had made, as soon as that is converted into the bytes one, so just give me this answer that is pickling is done. Now, if I just try to run out my program here for a while, so just see, have a look at what I'm just getting here. So I'm getting that pickling is done, right? Now here basically I'll be just getting out some file with the name of information, and let me just check out where it is. So here it is a file name that is information. So let's say if I just open it in text, that will not actually work correctly because here it has been converted into bytes. Just see that what it is actually giving me. It is not giving me anything accurate, right? Because I mentioned that is not correct. It is I'm opening in the text mode, so that is why it is not giving me the correct text. Right, so here I just got a statement that pickling is done. So this means that whatever the functions above I have applied out, all of them have been done right here. Right, so this is how you done out do out the pickling. Now, if you just want to again convert this byte stream that has been the byte stream into the Python stream, so that will be seeing in the next video. So unpickling will be covered in the next video, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.